Hello everyone and welcome to my next reaction to House of the Dragon. So, we have been taking L's over here on Team Bug Princess. I know she's technically a queen. Yeah, the season has had a bit of a rough start for my dear beloved Rhaenyra, to say the very least. But in all seriousness, I'm really looking forward to seeing the fallout of everything that transpired at the end of the premiere episode for both sides, honestly. Obviously, there's going to be fallout on Team Green, but I also think over there on Team Black, I'm very interested to see Rhaenyra's reaction to all of this, because I just have a feeling, call me crazy, but I don't think she's going to be very happy that kind of the reputation of her first act, or one of her first acts of responding to her son dying and all of this, is chopping off a child's head. Helena's child's head, nonetheless. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be very, very messy. But you know, I call this House of the Messy for a reason. So let's get messy. Let's go.
Traitors and villains! Fire from the sky! This is war!
The search progresses. The villain will be found. We mustn't be shaken by this.
Oh! We mustn't.
The child.
The child is dead. His pain is ended. But what they have done to Micah?
Yes.
Who will pay?
Whoever hand did this or caused it to be done.
And what is the hand that's done it? It's not who must be blamed. The gods punish us. They punish me.
Oh!
For what sin? Some good may yet come of this.
And where were the members of this council while the murderer threatened their king?
Were you also
Always seizing an opportunity.
And where were you? The Lord Commander of my King's Guard.
I was abed, your grace, having ordered the night's watch.
Abed.
Abed!
We'll know who did this soon enough.
Who did this? What? Is there any question who did this? Who would do this save the bitch queen
Oh, boy.
of bastards? The smug cunt of Dragonstone. There she sits across the bay on her rock, laughing at me. She's fucking laughing at me!
The guard has detained someone. The man we apprehended is known to us. He's a gold cloak. We caught him, fleeing the gate of the gods, with the child's head in a sack.
I trust in the mastery of your trade, Lord Larys.
Oh, always studying, always protocol. We know our enemy!
A king may have more than one enemy, your grace. We would do well to ascertain if this is your sister's hand.
I suppose you're right, Ironwood. Could be anyone. It could be any one of you in this room.
Well, I wouldn't think it would be Alicent, but
You mean to blame Rhaenyra? Tell the realm she has done this.
I'll have the realm told nothing. We were assaulted within our own walls, within our own beds. I will not be seen as weak.
You're already seen as weak.
oh!
And so you would name her monster, slayer of infants.
I would do more than that. A funeral progress. Let them see the child. Let them look upon the works of this pretender to the throne.
I will not have my little son's body dragged through the street like a dead dog.
God, dragged, honoured! Jaehaerys was my grandson. I loved him. I will not have him die in vain. Those who declared for Rhaenyra, will they still support her when they hear of her depravity, or will they rather not renounce her? Jaehaerys will do more for us now than 1,000 knights in battle.
Oh, wow.
Let the Silent Sisters ready the prince for his final journey. And riding behind him, his mother the queen, and with her the queen dowager.
Oh, come on.
The realm must see the sorrow of the crown, a sorrow best expressed through its most gentle souls.
I just want Helena to be left alone right now and to just let her grieve.
There's to be a funeral for Jaehaerys.
Without making it worse.
I don't want to.
Oh, I know, love.
Neither do I. Helena, what you saw last night when you came to my room.
This is for my boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Helena cares much about that right now. Or ever. I don't know. Oh no. Oh boy. You're in for it. With Larys, you're... Eee! Oh boy. Yeah.
I was hired by Daemon Targaryen.
Oh!
He paid us half now.
Who's us?
A rat catcher. Employed by the household. I don't know his right name. He could hurt me.
Yes. Oh.
But I cannot vouch for his grace.
Oh! Okay. Somebody's gonna hurt you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, if you partake in cutting off babies' heads, especially the king's baby, there might be repercussions for those actions. A little bit. Oh no. No, 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 no. Be careful. Don't let him fall. And oh no. Oh! Oh my love. Oh my love.
I'm cast like Rhaenyra, the monstrous!
And they are accusing me of having a hand in this.
It appears so.
What did
There
I
have been
say?
messages sent to that effect throughout the realm.
She's gotta be horrified.
We must send our own messages, denying this vile allegation. Having lost my own son, that I would inflict such a thing on Helena of all people,
Thank you.
an innocent.
A mother so aggrieved might naturally seek relief and retribution.
Are you suggesting, Sir Alfred, that my grief drove me to order the decapitation of a child?
I merely thought, perhaps, an action taken in haste.
Mind yourself.
Daemon is very quiet.
Did you send assassins to murder children in their beds?
I sent the Queen's vengeance for her son.
What did you tell this vengeance? What did you say to him? That a boy lies dead and I am accused of killing
Prince
it.
Arya provided me with names and a subterfuge. I was clear in my instructions. Aemon, the brother of Aegon the usurper. I cannot be responsible.
Cannot
for
be
mistake.
responsible. If Aemon was not to be found, what were your instructions then?
They did not concern in any way that of the little child.
You said, you have wounded me, weakened my claim to the throne, my ability to raise an army, my standing among my own council.
I said no.
I don't believe you. I cannot trust you, Daemon. I've never trusted you wholly. Much than I wished to, willed myself to.
I have served you faithfully.
Have you? Or have you used me as a tool with which to grasp at your stolen inheritance?
Oh, okay. There's a lot of throwing shit in this episode.
Think me some kind of monster.
Oh, I don't know what to think of you. I don't know what you are. Or who it is you serve.
I'm not on my way even now to Harrenhal to raise an army in your name, Rhaenyra. Yours!
Do you believe he made you heir because of your great wisdom? Because of your virtue?
Oh,
How dare you?
Or did he merely use you as a tool to put me in my place because he was afraid of me?
You struck down a child.
It was a mistake.
You're pathetic.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I know this is weird to say when emotions are running so high, and that was so heavy, but I really loved that scene. They both acted their asses off.
Father.
Wow. Okay. I need a deep breath after that
You wish to
scene.
see me?
When morning comes, take Moondancer and keep a watch on King's Landing. I must know which course they take next. Stay high and keep your distance. We can afford no further mistakes. Have you told anyone?
What do you take me for?
One who seeks absolution.
There is none for what I've done.
What is this?
It's a reminder of yesterday, I think. The procession was muddy. I'll replace your hands.
Do it now.
Oh.
The white cloak is a symbol of our purity, our fidelity. Kingsguard are a sacred trust. I'll remedy the error.
Where were you when Jaehaerys was murdered?
With King Aegon.
Where were you?
Not in the private quarters where you might have prevented the crime.
His Grace wished to entertain his companions in the throne room.
Well, if you thought to go upstairs.
Where were you? Oh, come on. And why has Rhaenyra the Queen been granted no small protector? Surely once she ascended, she should have...
Brother is a thief and a traitor to the crown.
You well know how it pays me.
How are we to know that you do not secretly share his sentiment?
I denounced him before the king. We were one soul in two bodies, yes.
First, your brother betrays us. And then the young prince is murdered on your watch.
Oh!
Sir.
You have brought disgrace upon our ranks. And now you must restore it.
How am I to do that?
I have no words.
You will go to Dragonstone and strike down Rhaenyra in her own halls. The way she sought to do with Aemon. We will pay the princess back in her own bloody coin.
Oh
Alone?
Does your courage fail you, Sir Eric?
It's not a matter of courage.
my goodness.
The castle is defended against all enemies, now especially. How would I enter?
Your twin serves there at the pleasure of the so-called queen. They will mistake you for him if you play the part.
We are sworn to serve forthrightly, not to traffic in deception.
You will end a war before it begins.
I don't know.
If they see the two of us,
You must not let that
you
happen.
would send me to my
Or
death.
to triumph. And glory. Now will you go? Or must I question your loyalty to the king?
As you command, my lord.
I just don't know that that plan is gonna go as well as you may
Miss Supper.
think.
I wasn't hungry.
They called him Breakbones. He loved us, I think.
Of course he did.
I think as well.
I miss Luke.
Oh.
Daemon sent them to kill me. I was out. In truth, I am proud that he considers me such a foe, and that he seeks to murder me in my bed. He's afraid of me.
As well he should be.
Or he's afraid of your dragon.
Into him. I would remind you only that when princes lose their temper, it is often others who suffer.
Nice words.
He is the king consort.
But he is not the king.
Neither am I. But I manage.
I too have felt the crown pass over me. It is a hard thing to accept.
You don't think Daemon will challenge her?
Not as such. But neither can he allow her to command him.
Did he? I have on occasion found that to be quite enjoyable.
Aw. I do like their relationship a lot.
The Lady Massaria, Your Grace.
Oh, this will be interesting.
I gave Daemon 2 names. That is the extent of it, and I did not wish to do that much. He said it was the price of my freedom. Does he say otherwise?
He's gone.
For how long?
A week?
Who knows?
Or forever, I do not know. He said you carried his child.
Not everyone found the jest funny. Now it seems he's done it again, made a promise, and then slipped away.
When my enemy coils himself to
I
strike at
can
me,
do nothing now but ask you to honor your husband's words.
it would not serve me to set you free. At best, I lose an asset to my cause.
For too long I made it my aim to be of consequence. But now I see that was the wish of a child. Daemon, Otto Hightower, makes no difference. They will never accept me. I might as well have remained a whore.
How did you get that scar?
My son.
Who are they?
Rat catchers.
Oh.
King's employ.
Oh.
What'd they do?
Oh. Well, that's one way to be thorough.
What have you done?
The rat catchers!
Oh, I had them hanged.
Okay, sure.
The maggot who took my son confessed to an accomplice. He could not say for certain which man it was, so...
Idiot!
Beware how you speak to your king, my lord.
The king is my grandson, and my grandson is a fool. He's murdered innocent men.
And one guilty one.
And hanged them from the walls of the city for all to see.
Plot against the king, and I will pay it back 100.
They are fathers and brothers and sons.
At least I did something. I have not answered injury to the crown with, what? Wailing? Currying favour with the fishwives. I will not be thought weak.
Even now, news of Rhaenyra's monstrous crime spreads through the realm. The great houses falter. They cannot but come to our side.
I wish to spill blood, not ink. We must act. Sir Kristen Cole has acted.
Oh. Otto is going to lose it! He's already lost it.
What has Sir Kristen Cole done?
But he's gonna lose it even more.
He has sent Sir Eric to slay Rhaenyra.
Alone, God's help us all.
It's time the bitch queen paid a price.
All right.
And you acceded to this prank without consulting me or the council. You never think of your father. His forbearance, Judiciousness is dignity.
Fuck dignity. I want revenge. My father is dead.
He is. And we are the poorer for it. He was right about you.
He made me king.
Is that what you...
Otto's like, oh, he made you king. Okay.
Remove your badge, Sir Otto.
Oh no.
You are my father's hand. Not mine.
Oh my goodness. Laris is gonna come in. Oh boy.
Insolent pup.
He's...
You think yourself clever, but without a strong hand at your side.
Give it to Cole.
Oh! Oh, I actually wasn't expecting that.
In this hour, you have proven yourself of more worth than 100 old men.
Okay.
You will regret this.
Give it to him.
I do not know if I trust you. And I sense that there is danger in you yet. But I will keep the word of my house if you say that it was given.
Oh.
You may go.
Is she gonna warn them?
I thought you were within.
Sorry, lack of vigilance. The enemy is about, good sir.
Oh, I am stressed. Oh, no, don't take off your helmet. No, I'm gonna have trouble figuring out who's who. And that stresses me out even more. Oh. Poor gal.
It's been a strange day. I'm restless. I will stand this evening's duty.
You must sleep tonight, Your Grace. Let me ask the Maester for a draught.
Perhaps that would be best.
I am stressed out. I'm so stressed out. I keep saying it, but I'm stressed out. Oh no.
So, Eric.
Believe me, I had no choice.
I don't understand.
Oh!
Do not do this.
Oh,
You are the one who betrayed us, Eric.
This is going to get so fucking confusing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Run and find Florence.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. Oh boy.
Which is Eric?
We were born together.
You partied on!
But I still love you, brother.
Oh my! Oh me! Oh my! Oh! Oh! on, God. Stab, do we? Oh.
Your Grace.
Eric.
Forgive me.
No!
Oh my goodness! Oh! 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 Okay. Okay.
It is ignorance and vanity. I can't stay here. Exiled from the council. Witness to the blundering of our plans, I'll return to Old Town. The High Towers still have strength, and you have a son there who'll take more kindly to instruction. Daemon may yet help us in weeks to come.
While you're gone, I'll speak sense to him. His blood will cool. In time, you may yet return.
I don't know.
I have sinned.
I do not wish to hear of it.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for laughing at that. I mean, genuinely, Allison is kind of wrecked with guilt right now, but that that line delivery. Woo! Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that was quite an episode, if I do say so myself. You know, I genuinely thought that there would be a lot of messiness in this episode in regards to the fallout of what happened in the premiere. That was an understatement. An understatement. I do have to say that I think a lot of these scenes throughout this entire episode were impeccably acted. You could feel the even frustration with some people or the pain with others and everything. So I did just want to give a huge round of applause to all of the actors because I really think they're doing such a phenomenal job this season so far. Okay, I guess I don't know what side I want to talk about first. You know, it's funny, at the end of the last reaction, I try to get all of my thoughts out and try to mention every, you know, thing that I can in my post-episode thoughts, but sometimes it just doesn't happen or you forget to say something. And I don't think I mentioned, I did have the thought at some point kind of during the premiere. I was like, I do hope the twins have some sort of interesting storyline throughout this season, you know, to be such, you know, good fighters, but fighting from both sides, but also probably having a love for one another. And I really was hoping that that was going to get a focus. Now, I think I was more hoping that it would get a focus throughout the entire season and not necessarily just here, but my goodness, that was insane. And it all happened, you know, once he took the helmet off, I was trying to be like, is there any way, I even think they had their hair the exact same. You guys can let me know, but I was genuinely like, is there any way that we're going to be able to tell these two apart? Or is somebody going to lose this fight and we're not going to know who the victor is, really? I mean, even when he turned around and said, "Your Grace," I'm like, he might be fibbing, he might be the other one. Like, and then just go and go up to her and then stab her. I mean, I genuinely was like, what a crazy scene to pull off for this show. And as much as I do wish that there was more focus on them more so throughout the season, that's the nature of this show. I mean, people are gonna start dying. We're gonna start losing characters, right? And I did think, though, it kind of being contained to this fight scene and this between the two brothers, sorry, I do think that they did a really good job of conveying those very complicated emotions. Now, of course, it's me. I wish that they deep dived into it a little bit more, but it happens. Guess what? People are gonna start going. So I actually thought it was well done, even if it wasn't like my hope particular or like specifically for those characters. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, so, oh my goodness. Genuinely, I know it's so weird to say because there was a lot of weight to that scene, but I really enjoyed the Rhaenyra and Daemon kind of confrontation scene. A lot kind of boiling under the surface came up to the surface. And I actually genuinely appreciate the fact that the show didn't specifically show exactly what Daemon said. So it's almost as if us as the audience, or I'll just speak for myself, but are kind of also in Rhaenyra's shoes. It's this thing of doubt going on. I really, such an important line I feel like in that scene was her saying, you know, I don't trust you. I'm not sure I ever truly trusted you. I just really willed myself to trust you. I wanted to, and I almost convinced myself that I wholly trusted you. And it's that, you know, weird realization that she's having, like, you can say that it was a mistake and that's not what you intended and that's not what you said or anything like that, but I don't trust that that's the truth. And where does that leave me, the number one person who's supposed to be in my corner? When they report back about something, I don't trust their words, regardless of if it is true or not. You know what I mean? I think from her perspective, that's just a really interesting realization to kind of get hit with. And I mean, she's dealing with a lot, not just the grief, though that's high, right? But also just the fact that she's dealing with, now she is being basically branded a baby killer. And even people on her own council are questioning it. And that's a really, I don't know, I just found that scene so powerful. And here's the thing. I don't know where Daemon's character is going. I think a lot of you guys watching this reaction have more insight to that than I do. Okay? You have more insight if he just went and fucked off completely, or, you know, is he still going to do as much as he can to maybe earn Rhaenyra's trust or whatever. I don't really know the path that Daemon's gonna go. Okay? So take what I'm gonna say with a grain of salt with that. And I'm not really even gonna address that or what his motivations or his true, you know, deep down motivations are. But I do want to address his anger and frustration in that scene. Daemon's a doer. Okay? Like it or not, he very much acts. And I think he has this deep-seated, real frustration with how his brother, especially as king, didn't. And there's almost I think, resentment. I want to say this right, so I apologize if I don't, that he does a lot of the dirty work. Maybe even some dirty work that people didn't ask for. You know what I mean? But he does a lot of that stuff. And it seems like he gets very, very frustrated, particularly with the almost apathy that his brother had for a good part of season 1. And that's very infuriating to him. I mean, even in the premiere episode of this season, you know, Daemon was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? We gotta go. We gotta let's take out you know, Aemond and his dragon and all of that." And he truly, I think, wants to act and takes the risks to act, and is very angry that there's not I guess how I'll say it is, I think some of the issues that he, you know, had with his brother is trickling down here a little bit. That's just my own opinion. You know, Daemon is quite an interesting and complicated and, in some regards, a very mysterious character for me. And I don't have the foreknowledge to know what he's going to do next, really. Now, when I say that I am not privy to the source material, I don't want you to explain the source material. I would like to go into this as blindly as possible. Okay? Just because I might be, you know, not sure about Daemon's direction going forward, that doesn't mean that I want you to tell me. Okay? Okay. Alrighty. And also, you know what's a really interesting thing? You know, especially in the first season, I feel like, obviously, Daemon and Otto had a lot of... They did not like each other. I don't think they like each other now. I don't know why I said it in past tense, like, oh, but they're cool now. However, you could see a lot of differences in the characters. And it's kind of in this episode that I actually saw some similarities. There's a little bit on both ends of this, we're in a war, what's done is done, there's going to be violence, there's going to be messiness, so what are we going to do next? You know, I actually thought that it was kind of interesting that in some regards they do have some similarities. Now, moving on to Otto and over on Team Green over there. You know, he was really trying to keep things grounded when emotions were running terribly high. And I mean, you can see the frustration for him like this entire time. Now, was I happy about the parading of, you know, Helena and her dead son and all of that? No, I want everybody to leave Helena alone, truly, but it is something, there is something true to the fact of when people see something, it's a different animal than hearing something. I think that, I was going to go on a tangent. I won't do that. But I think that there is something to that. As unfortunate as it is, it may not be the most empathetic play for your family, which I wouldn't really expect from him, to be fair. But it's a play. And I mean, you can just see that he's trying to do his best to actually drum up support with his experience, with, I guess life experience and being in this position for so long. I think he understands the importance of things that possibly going over Aegon's head, who everybody's really emotional right now. The Cole scene with the brother, it's Eric and Arik, right? I might be so wrong on that. I am so sorry. But I just don't want to say, I just don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm sorry. But I was taken aback by a lot of that. And as the scene was going on, where he's confronting him and saying, where were you? And all of that stuff, I was like, the audacity? Now, I think he was trying, in some regards, to drum up guilt and really hit on the strings of loyalty and stuff like that, to have him go pose as his brother and, kill Rhaenyra. And so the very targeted language kind of made sense more so by the end of the scene. But still, you know what I mean? But still. Anyway, but I think it's really interesting to see who is kind of being trusted by Aegon. And listen, I will completely admit it makes a lot of sense for the narrative and for Aegon to put his trust in Cole, seeing as Cole seems to be taking the only initiative that Aegon was particularly even fond of. But I genuinely thought it was going to go, I don't know. I think because of the scene in the last episode, Larys kind of being a little bit in Aegon's ear, I was like, oh no. Oh no. And to be fair, I don't know who would, be the better replacement anyway. I mean, whew. So, listen. It's going to be very interesting going forward, I must say. The other thing I do want to mention is I did not mean to laugh so hard at Otto's response to Alicent talking about her sinning, because of the fact that I do know that she's struggling very heavily with guilt right now, and among other emotions, obviously. And I think, in my opinion, and here's the thing, when you're going through so much, you don't make the best decisions. This is just my opinion. You can agree or not. I think keeping this going with Cole is just not going to help her mentally at all going forward. I think it's just going to cause more guilt, more anguish in her own mind than what she is already inevitably going to be dealing with. So my advice to her would be to not continue on with that. However, people don't always act themselves in very dire situations. And then I guess I will end this on, I did like that there was a good enough focus on Helena and her grief. I felt awful. She's a solitary soul. We know that about her. and just seeing her there and all of the people, even though they were kind of trying to be as supportive of her and her grief, it's just not what she needed right then. And you guys know I'm so protective of my dear sweet Helena. And, you know, it's going to be a rough go of it for a bit. But I did like that they did focus on her grief in this episode, along with what was going on with everybody else as well. And I did appreciate that. All right, I think that is about it. There was so much going on in this episode. I am so sorry if I forgot to touch on something that I should have. Okay. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.